सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you were to make a statement supporting terrorism or the acts of terrorists, so if you were to try and build a rationale for acts of terrorism, that you would be immediately picked up, the local policeman would come to your house, arrest you. If you were to put such a comment on social media, rightly so, you would be facing charges, you would be in jail. But if you're from the Congress, nothing would happen. If you're Farooq Abdullah, nothing will happen. If you're Hussain Dalwai, nothing will happen. If you're from the PDP, despite the central government being a BJP government, nothing will happen. And that is the problem. These are the comments which are being made regularly after the recent 10/11 terrorist attack. These are not just apologists. These are people who are making a strong case for terrorists, strong justification for terrorists, directly or indirectly. And Indians are getting angrier and angrier, ladies and gentlemen, but the government is doing nothing. The government thinks these are subjects for TV debates. They don't really matter to the people. What I want to say, they actually do. You know, viewers, the terrorist who was planning to kill thousands of people in Gujarat by poisoning them using ricin, his name is Dr. Ahmed. I can take his picture on air. He's been severely beaten up in Sabarmati jail. Now, I don't support anyone getting beaten up, almost killed. I'm against it, ladies and gentlemen. But this is also a reflection of the growing anger among the people of this country against terrorists. And yet, Congress MP says these are misguided people, government does nothing. Chidambaram says we must ask what circumstances people became terrorists. Farooq Abdullah says, most importantly, why did doctors kill people themselves? Mehbooba Mufti says we must analyze why a doctor straps RDX and kills himself, makes an argument. And I have this feeling when I hear these statements and I realize that the government is doing nothing, neither the state government in Jammu and Kashmir or the central government, I fear that we have this live and let live approach that's growing in our society. The common man is put in jail for saying much less. Ladies and gentlemen, let us not forget out here, a 101-year-old man was acquitted in a murder case recently after spending half a century in jail and then being told you were innocent, you actually did nothing. After 39 years of a legal battle, Jageshwar Prasad Awasthi, a former billing assistant in the Madhya Pradesh State Transport Corporation, was acquitted in a bribery case after 39 years of legal battle in a case involving 100 rupees. That is what happens to a common man. But if you're a Congress leader, nothing will happen. Why is the government going soft on these people? Have we become a soft state? That we have to listen to these people and we are told it's all right. Is there some concert going on within the politicians that one side will appear to be hard, one side will appear to be supporting the terrorists, and they'll all then eventually be all right, meet and greet each other in the Delhi Gymkhana Club and pretend in India International Center and pretend everything is okay? Is politics an act, ladies and gentlemen? Is politics an act? If it was not an act, then why are these people not facing charges? Why is the central government not going against them? The central government must go against them. We need a hard state. What is a hard state? A government which acts without hesitation, enforces laws ruthlessly, and tolerates zero threats to national security. We say we want to be like Israel, but if we are to be like Israel, we must become a hard state which punishes criminals fast, confronts enemies immediately, and never negotiates. A hard state is a state that not just projects strength, not just imposes order, but uses force unapologetically to defend national security. A hard state means tolerating nothing that is against national interest. Mehbooba Mufti's speeches, Farooq Abdullah, Chidambaram, Hussain Dalwai, Congress leaders are speaking out against national interest. And yet it is only the media that is making it an issue. Why? Why did we bring this Gupkar gang out? We knew they were against the country. Why are people who are facing national security cases being allowed to fight elections? Why are they being allowed to enter assemblies? Why are they being allowed to launch political parties in our country? Why is Farooq Abdullah being treated like a genial old man who can say anything and get away with it? Why do people trust Omar Abdullah? Why is Mehbooba Mufti making a strong case for the Jamaat-e-Islami and never has one case put against her by the central government? You see, people are angry today. The common man gets sued, put in jail for saying much less harmless things. I had a 100 crore legal case put against me by a retired Supreme Court judge because the channel I ran around graphics for a few seconds. And today the courts are also saying nothing. The government is saying nothing. It's a free-for-all. You see, in our country, 15, 20 people will die, dozens will be injured. The politicians will be back to the usual horrible recrimination while terrorists take a stroll at the Red Fort. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe in what I am saying, if you believe we need to be a hard state not in terms of statement but in reality, then support a republic. Let's debate.
Face covered in a black cloth, flown down under heavy security from Kashmir. The terrorist being produced in court in Delhi is Jasir Bilal Wani, alias Danish, from Anantnag, Kashmir. His role was to unleash drone and rocket attacks on India, Hamas style. He was terrorist Umar Nabi's close aide.
As my VJ Mubashir is showing you the visuals from this residence of the Jasir Bilal, who is a key associate of Dr. Umar, the same one, a suicide bomber who was involved in Red Fort blast. He was taken into custody by NIA team here in Srinagar as he was detained for the last 3 days. Investigations have indicated that he provided a technical support for terror attacks by modifying drones and attempting to develop rockets. Jasir is an active conspirator and worked closely with Umar, the main accused in the blast.
Drones, rockets, human suicide bombers, car bombs. As more revelations about the terror module surface, this silver Brezza is again back in focus. On your screens, the picture of terrorist Shaheen and her partner Muzammil Shakil buying the car in what looks like a showroom. In this picture, you will also see a temporary registration number on the car. And in front of the car, the faces of terror, the doctors of terror, with what looks like a box of sweets, receiving the keys and documents. This car was supposed to be one of over 32 for planned serial blasts. This terrorist, Shaheen, had planned Mission Kafir to the last detail. Her focus was on women bombers.
Sources have revealed that Shaheen has ordered explosives and was planning on radicalizing and brainwashing young women, especially between the age of 14 to 18 years. Those women who were away from their home, even divorced, vulnerable women. Her plan was code-named by the name Mission Kafir. She was also appointed by Jaish to serve as the woman head of the women's wing of Jaish-e-Mohammed.
The highly radicalized Islamist terrorists hid inside a mosque on the day of the bombing. Look at this video. The third sequence from the Shah-e-Ilahi Mosque, confirming that the terrorist Umar Nabi was there, taking solace inside a crowded mosque.
मैटर ऑफ कंसर्न है कि पहले इस तरह के एक्टिविटीज में कम पढ़े लिखे लोग, नासमझ लोग इन्वॉल्व होते थे. ये पहला मौका है जिसमें ये देखा जा रहा है कि हाईली क्वालिफाइड लोग और अच्छे घरानों से, जिन्होंने लाखों करोड़ों रुपए इन्वेस्ट किया है बच्चों को पढ़ाने में, अब उस तरह के बच्चे अगर इसमें इन्वॉल्व हो रहे हैं, ये देश के लिए एक मैटर ऑफ कंसर्न है.
A highly radicalized terrorist, a module if uncracked would have led to killings of thousands. It could be anyone around us. India needs an iron fist to find them and finish their plans.
Sanju Verma, Ishkaran Bhandari, Prafulla Ketkar, Ratnakar Tripathi of the Congress, Pulla Rao backs DMK, Somnath Bharati of the Aam Aadmi Party will join. My first question to Faizan Kidwai, Operation Kafir. Operation Kafir. इस पर समाजवादी पार्टी should issue a press release saying that what is this concept of kafir? ये काफिर का कॉन्सेप्ट ही क्या है? ये काफिर जिहाद, जिहाद, काफिर जिहाद, इसको बंद तो करना चाहिए. Now since you have a large Muslim voter base, since you always meet Muslim leaders, since you project a Muslim vote bank, since you have a larger percentage of the Muslim population that votes for you in Uttar Pradesh, you should have a campaign against this concept of kafir and jihad. If people keep talking about kafir and jihad, it's not a good thing. And why don't you also ask for all the Muslim leaders to come on the streets to protest against this kind of fundamentalist thinking, this kind of radicalization? Why do not you ask, and why don't you take a... You were commenting on the results of the Bihar elections, but you're not asking Muslim leaders to come out and launch a movement against radicalization, against this concept of kafir and jihad, the use of such words, theological themes which are misused, right, by these people. You have an opportunity because you have so much influence among the Muslim leaders. You're a party that gets a majority of the Muslim vote, but you are not. You are always supporting the Muslim leaders when they say that they must protect five-star hotels from being demolished if the Waqf Act is implemented. On the Waqf Act, you are ready to hit the streets of this country. On NRC, on CAA, you're willing to hit the streets of this country, block the roads to support people, right, against CAA, NRC, but you're not willing to even ask the Muslim leaders to come to the streets of this country to protest against this kind of concept of radicalization. You must speak up. Ratnakar Tripathi, also Congress party, says that these are misguided people. What is misguided people, Ratnakar Tripathi? Did the Muslim terrorists who killed people in Pahalgam, 26 people, asking them to recite the verses of the Kalma, were they misguided people? What is this concept of misguided people?
The preacher.
What is this concept of misguided people? And Samajwadi Party leaders, first of all, must take some responsibility, right, Ishkaran, that they must tell the Muslim leaders, go into the streets of Lucknow and have a big protest against this kind of terrorism, fundamentalist thinking. You tell Faizan directly. He doesn't like my telling him. You tell Faizan directly.
Arnab, if you can organize protests against the Waqf Act, if you can support protests against the banning of triple talaq, why don't you want to educate and insist on people that there are doctors like these and there have been other people like
I don't
this?
know. On the contrary, Ishkaran,
of religious reasons, and there is no denying it. That is why, Arnab, did you see how an ecosystem was panicked by this videos being shared? They did not want the video of the terrorist to be shared.
In the video,
then the fake belief that he was not a terrorist, and the narrative they were building of he was an innocent person, which the cruel security agencies are trying to frame, is demolished by his own words, because he is proudly saying why he wants to do the terror attack. But the ecosystem and certain political parties do not want to admit why he is doing the terror attack. So that is why there was a campaign against why is such a video being posted. Now the video is posted. How many of your leaders have come out and said anybody who uses the word kafir, anybody who uses the word and tries to taunt the Hindu community is going into the direction of being a terrorist and needs to be jailed? You will not want that. You will not say that. You will not have that.
I am saying here today that, okay, let him respond. Let him respond. Let him respond. Let him respond.
That is the problem.
Faizan wants to respond. Faizan.
Right. Arnab, first of all, good evening to you and to the fellow panelists. Okay, a lot of questions have been asked. Anyone using hateful slogans, that person should be punished. But unfortunately, BJP or BJP ecosystem won't raise the voice when Biduri does that. When there's a guru who went to Big Boss recently, in his one of his speeches, there was a young impressionable man, a very young boy. He used the same slurs for Muslims and he said, "Mera agenda in logo ko khatam karne ka hai." He smiled, but there was no outrage. There is no outrage about the Dharam Sansad. They wanted to eradicate Muslims from the face of this planet, or at least India, but there was never an outrage. So that exposes your hypocrisy, the gentleman who was speaking before me. And Arnab, now the most important pertinent question which the media should be asking and the people of India should be asking. Mr. Modi has been in center for the past 12 years. Pathankot, Uri, Amarnath attack, Pulwama, Pahalgam. Now these Delhi attacks have happened under his watch. There's an India Today report that cryptocurrency exchanges are happening now through grey zones. It's a new route for money laundering.
What is this kafir concept? What is kafir and jihad? Are the concepts of kafir and jihad synonymous and contiguous with a secular India? Are the concepts of kafir and jihad? The nation wants to know. Allow me to complete. Do not, because this is a razor-sharp question. It is a straight question. And the question cannot go unanswered tonight. 1 minute. Why are the concepts? Then why do the... listen to me, please. Everyone, quiet, pin drop silence. Sanju, 1 minute. This is an important question. These are 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terrorists on top. You can see the pictures out there. 1 minute. Now, I'm not hanging on. You please hear me now. The question as of tonight is this. That Muslim leaders in this country should today be saying that we will hit the streets of this country against these concepts of kafir and jihad. Which means hate fellow citizens of India and kill fellow citizens of India. Hatred and killing. Hatred and killing. Al-Falah founder has been arrested, ladies and gentlemen. Al-Falah University founder has been arrested. The founder of Al-Falah University, founder of Al-Falah University, Javed Siddiqui has been arrested. Javed Siddiqui arrested. Breaking news tonight. No more. We will not tolerate this anymore.
Would you say that dare not abuse Muslims, dare not lynch them? Would you say today, you know what, Arnab, I remember you did a show very passionately against what happened to Akhlaq. Today, the same Uttar Pradesh government of Yogi Adityanath has planned to remove the cases from the perpetrators.
1 minute. Did you speak a word? Did you speak a word? 1 minute. You people will have to be exposed nicely and properly. I will take you to the cleaners tonight, because that is where I deserve to take you. That is where I will have to take you. Did you speak a word when sadhus were killed in Palghar?
Yes.
Did you?
We condemn that.
No, you did not. You did not. You kept your pin drop silence at that point of time. Or even if you spoke, was a templated 10-second response. Don't be hypocritical tonight. And on the debate this evening, the country needs a hard state. But are we a hard state, Sanju Verma? If we are a hard state, why is the Modi government so quiet about Mehbooba Mufti, Farooq Abdullah, Chidambaram, Hussain Dalvi and Congress MD Imran Masood? You even, by the way, Shashi Tharoor does so much chamchagiri every day. He's such a sycophant. that you forget that he used the word Hindu Taliban. You forget. Every morning he tries to praise the Prime Minister, tries to praise the BJP, does chamchagiri in the hope that he will be thrown out of the Congress party and somehow the BJP will take it in. I hope BJP remembers that he is the person who used the word Hindu Taliban because he's out of a job. Tomorrow you'll forgive him also. You'll take him in also. The man who used the word Hindu Taliban will be taken into the BJP also. Why does the BJP not file a case of national security against Mehbooba Mufti, Farooq Abdullah, Chidambaram? We need a hard state, Sanju, a hard and uncompromising state.
Arnab,
Not a live and let live approach, Jio or Jeene do.
Arnab, let me answer. You've asked a question, let me answer. I know you're in a very fiery mood, especially after one video clip of yours has gone super viral on X, where you've taken a certain party spokesperson to the cleaners. So, you know, I'm not going to get on your wrong side
I don't
today.
know who I did, what I did, what has gone on. I have no idea what has gone on.
Okay, let me now just say this, Arnab. First, let me address the Samajwadi Party spokesperson. Do you remember a man called Nahid Hassan? Nahid Hassan is still behind bars, the man responsible for the Kairana Hindu genocide, or call it Kairana Hindu massacre. Till date, Akhilesh Yadav has not condemned Nahid Hassan. He's not been expelled from the Samajwadi Party. Then let me remind that 2021 there was an incident in Ghaziabad where an old Muslim said that I was asked to chant Jai Shri Ram and my beard was possibly shaved off. Later, it was, it came to light that this man, Abdul Saifi, इनको जय श्री राम बोलने के लिए नहीं कहा गया था, इनकी दाढ़ी जबरदस्ती नहीं कटवाई गई।
हाँ, झूठ थी, ये याद है मुझे।
अच्छा, और वो जिन लोगों को मारा गया ये बोलने के लिए, वो आपको याद नहीं है?
एक मिनट, let her finish right now. Let her finish this moment. 1 minute, please. I gave you opportunity right at the start. Now you know what, Faizan. Hold your horses for a moment. Thank you.
Keep quiet, Faizan. I did not interject. Do you remember who was the man who conspired behind that entire Jai Shri Ram बोलने के लिए कहा गया, मेरी दाढ़ी कटवाने के लिए हिंदुत्व goons ने conspiracy की थी? Finally we came to know that it was Samajwadi Party's leader called Umaid Pahalwan Idrisi. And the moment the entire conspiracy, pointed fingers at a Mussalman, Akhilesh Yadav and the entire Akhilesh ecosystem went quiet. सबके सब ने फेविकॉल खाली in wholesale. And let me say something to Faizan Kidwai. This is the same lot which will not blame Muhammad Umar Nabi. They will not blame, Adil Ahmed Rather. They will not blame Maulana Irfan Ahmed. They will not blame Dr. Sajjad Malik. They will not blame Dr. Shaheen Sayyed. They will not blame Maulana Ishtiyaq. And who are these Maulanas and doctors whose names I read out? These are all conspirators of the Delhi blast, the doctor module spearheaded by radical Islamist terrorists. ये बार-बार कहते हैं,
Arnab, now you have to give me time. This cannot be a one-way street. She's constantly talking.
1 minute. Don't get so rattled. During cover yatra in Uttar Pradesh, I remember debating with many Samajwadi Party spokespersons, and they would come on air, Arnab, and say, ये हिंदुत्व goons, remember the word used it, हिंदुत्व goons को जय श्री राम बोलने की क्या जरूरत है? बैंड बाजे के साथ, डीजे म्यूजिक के साथ कवर यात्रा करने की क्या जरूरत है? आप गुस्ताखे रसूल की एक ही सजा, सरकन से जुदा।
Oh, that's a hard-hitting response from Sanju Verma tonight. She's in the frame to take the debate forward. She's in the frame to take the debate forward. I must say tonight one thing too. I must say one thing tonight though. I must say one thing tonight to Sanju Verma. Let me tell you one thing, Sanju Verma. I want to tell you one thing. Listen to me clearly. We are with the government on issues of national security, but I want to tell you the largest news network in the country with the most followers, the most influential news network, the Republic Media Network, will be more supportive if you also put Imran Masood, Farooq Abdullah, Mehbooba Mufti in jail, Dalwai in jail for at least a week to teach them a lesson that this is not the time Not the time to be building an artificial justification for terrorism. You see, Sanju, one minute. You see, Sanju, if today, 1 minute, if I may tell you today, if Ishkaran Bandari were to make an argument supporting terrorism, there would be demands to put him in jail. The fact is, we need a hard state. If we were a hard state, for we believe the BJP should have brought in a hard and uncompromising state, then the Al-Falah founder would not have been arrested today, but have been arrested years back. Years back. We've gone soft, and we cannot go soft anymore. We cannot go soft anymore. We must be harder with these people. Teach them a lesson. Now, 1 minute. The debate is between a lot of people, and I want to tell you one thing tonight, that some people, allow me, some people never learn a lesson. That is why Hafiz Saeed supported a female ex-journalist, member of the Nida Radia Club, who was trying to get someone appointed as a minister during the Congress government time. And that person had also, said that poor Burhan Wani, such a wonderful school teacher's son, went the wrong way. But I want to say tonight, viewers, if you're members of the Nationalist Collective, that I am told that the same lobby is back. Prafulla Ketkar, they are now publishing articles. What kind of a wonderful student he was. Poor fellow was a topper. He was excellent. He wore tattered clothes and went to college in chappals. He was a cute kid. Hard-working student, intelligent medico. And you, Prafulla Ketkar, and you, Ishkaran, and you, Sanju Verma, are evil people who forced this young, innocent, hard-working, tutorial-studying boy to become a terrorist. You will be responsible, but not the Maulvis who indoctrinated him. No, you will be responsible, Prafulla Ketkar, but not the Maulvis who indoctrinated him. Not the radicalized thinking or the teaching, not the views of kafir and jihad and kafir pushed into his brain every single day till he begins to believe in the delusional view that India will be part of a caliphate. This is the, we must now, this Ghazwa-e Hind caliphate approach has to be crushed and destroyed in this country.
Absolutely.
We need a hard state.
For that,
we need a hard government. We don't want the Gio or Jeene Do approach.
For that,
Prafulla Ketkar, we're not being tough enough. Mehbooba Mufti has no case against him. And Sanju Verma will not demand a case against Mehbooba Mufti because she knows the government will not push her.
Don't speak on my behalf. Don't speak on my behalf, Arnab. Don't do that.
No,
I will speak when you ask me to speak. Please don't assume things on Sanju Verma's behalf.
Just a minute. Arnab, for that we need to understand this new shagufa called white-collar terrorism. We should get rid of it. This radical terrorism was always by educated people. Jinnah was educated. Ali brothers were educated. All educated people got radicalized. Who are these people? United Nations has designated more than 200 organizations. Abdullah Azam Brigade, Abu Sayyaf, Al-Akhtar Trust, Al-Ittihad Al-Islamiyah. These are the people, they often use this word kafir. And this is called mission kafir. Please, all these, so-called scholars, they should explain why this term, what is the meaning of this term. There is no Islamophobia, there is a kafirophobia. There is a kafirophobia that is the root cause of this terrorism.
Come on.
And unless we recognize this, and well-educated people, Osama bin Laden was not illiterate Maulavi. Please, God's sake. All these, radicals are not uneducated people.
Let me introduce you to someone
Muslim,
highly educated from your own rank from RSS.
It is the educated people like Samajwadi Party.
He was spying for Pakistan. He's one of you who knows how many other RSS people are there who are spying for Pakistan, who are working against India. Then there was this Dhruv Saxena BJP IT cell member. Then there was Balram Singh from Bajrang Dal. Then there were around 13 people, ATS arrested in Uttar Pradesh.
25th November to 6th of December.
And you should remember, Prafulla, listen to me. Prafulla, listen to what I have to say. And then answer my question. Prafulla,
where is,
the
you know,
recent
Mombatti
video of
brigade?
Ajit Doval is
Where
a
is the
tight
brigade
slap
that
on the face
stand
of
for these
Bharatiya Janata
terrorists
Party
in
and
the
its
courts?
ecosystem like you.
Where is the
Because he
brigade
clearly
that
says
defend them
that
in
the
TV
ISI
studios?
is
We need to
recruiting more Hindus
expose
than
them,
Muslims right
because
now.
they are the,
You know,
where is
I can't get either. The audio has to be improved. One side
this
at
is
a
what
time,
Ajit
please.
Doval has said. This is what Ajit Doval has said. Ajit Doval further says that more than Hindu organizations,
who defended? Who defended? Who defended?
What are you doing,
Before
Pradeep?
the
One side I can't hear either. You're just having fun adjusting the two audio levels. I'd like to take this forward. 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask here. 1 minute, Faizan, why do you have so much hatred? Why did I want to ask you?
This is what
I want to ask you, is it true? Is it true? One minute.
Please first tell me.
You have no right to even take Ajit Doval's name. Sanju is on the left. Pradeep, do I have to direct for you?
Please,
one question is there. 1 minute. Just one.
After listening to what
I can't
Ajit
direct.
Doval
I can't
had to
anchor
say,
if I have to direct.
Don't you agree this is a tight slap on the face of all those who want to demonize Muslims and make it a Hindu-Muslim
First of all, nobody is trying to demonize Muslims. I am asking you, 1 minute, just 1 point. I am asking a simple question here. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. Sanju, it would be a tight slap on the face of the Islamists if today you, Faizan Kidwai, say we must stop using the word kafir.
Arnab, first of all, of course.
Why don't you say we must stop using the word kafir? Say Muslims must stop using the word kafir.
Would you say
Muslims must stop using? Don't do whataboutery with me. Say Muslims must stop using the word kafir.
Do you stand against it? Arnab, of course, stop using the word kafir.
And stop using the word jihad. Stop using the word jihad and kafir.
First of all, jihad, this term jihad.
Stop using the word kafir. Stop hating fellow Indians.
There's no concept of Ghazwa-e-Hind in Islam. There's no concept of Ghazwa-e-Hind in Hadith which is approved. This is a propaganda by right-wing fanatics.
And your Hadith says there is only
1 minute.
one
The
God.
question here is 1 minute.
So,
viewers, 1 minute. Sanju, 1 minute. Sanju, neither are you or I experts on religious scriptures, so avoid a discussion on that. Can I have some help from the director? Because there are other guests on air and the director is not helping me, so I'll have to start directing for the director, which I will do. Pradeep, may I just request you? Somnath Bharti is on air, Pulla Rao is on air. You know, viewers, what happens is that when you get into these issues, when people are watching Republic, there's one section which is very uncomfortable because they know I'm asking the same questions. You see, viewers, in our country, there was an ex-journalist who tried to humanize terrorists and villainize Kashmiri Pandits. We all know what we're talking about. She was also Hafiz Saeed's favorite Indian journalist. Hafiz Saeed used to keep praising her. I'm sure he still thinks she's a great journalist. Hafiz Saeed took her name, and said she's a great journalist. All Indian journalists should be like her. Somnath Bharti, this lobby has a media and a political nexus. Omar Abdullah had claimed that there was no terrorism attributed to Burhan Wani. He downplayed the role of Burhan Wani. He is today the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. A journalist tried to support Burhan Wani. The same brigade decided not to question Pakistan after Pulwama. There was a genuine attempt. A multi-100 crore branded media campaign was put out, into which hundreds of crores were put by a major media house to support friendship between India and Pakistan. Who put the money for that? They even did a caste analysis. Faizan, listen, don't get embarrassed. They did a caste analysis on the Jawans who were killed in Pulwama. Ratnakar Tripathi, remember, these are people who support the Congress party. Right? These are people who support, these are Congress party supporters. When 15 people were killed in the Red Fort blast, they are only concerned that Muslims should not be targeted. They've already started putting articles.
Abu Azmi of the Samajwadi
They've started
Party,
putting
sir,
articles. Why the mainstream media should not target Muslims?
Arnab, when
There are even some people. 1 minute. Let me tell you.
Since
Please.
you took my name, I have to respond.
No,
You
I'm
took my
talking
name,
about
Arnab.
Ratna. I'm asking
Would you question
Ratnakar
the Deputy Chief
Tripathi.
Minister,
You speak
Deputy
again.
Chief
You say that
Minister
Muslims should not use the word kafir.
Shall I speak
Sorry?
now?
Say Muslims should not use the word kafir.
Shall I speak now?
Say the Muslim clergy must hit the roads. Maulanas must be on the streets of this country. ये काफिर वाला concept बंद कीजिए. Don't call fellow Indians kafir. एक भारतीय को दूसरे भारतीय को सिर्फ वो मुसलमान नहीं है इसलिए उसको काफिर कहना गलत है. इसके लिए फैजान किदवई अखिलेश को बोलिए कैंपेन करवाए. रत्नाकर त्रिपाठी कुछ बोलिए.
नहीं वही पूछ रहा हूँ क्या एक भारतीय दूसरे भारतीय को बोलने देगा कि एक भारतीय सिर्फ भारतीय जनता पार्टी को बोलने देगा ये बता दीजिए अभी.
रोक कौन रहे? नो विक्टिम मूड मत शुरू कीजिए रत्नाकर जी. प्लीज रिप्लाई.
आपसे कोई रोता नहीं है. अब ध्यान से सुनिएगा बीच में बोलिएगा मत. 7 जून 2018 मुझे पूरा विश्वास है और मैं समझता हूं कि यहां के नौजवानों को पत्थरबाजी में गुमराह करके ढकेला गया. बच्चे गलतियां करते हैं. बच्चे पूरे देश में एक तरह के होते हैं. इसीलिए हम लोग यहाँ के नौजवानों पर से सारे केसेस हटा रहे हैं. ये आपके गृह मंत्री राजनाथ सिंह ने कहा कि दैट इज व्हाई वी आर विड्रॉइंग ऑल द केसेस ऑफ स्टोन पेल्टिंग व्हिच इज द रूट कॉज ऑफ this terrorism. Send Rajnath Singh to jail first because he said that I believe that the youth are misled into stone pelting. और मिस्टर गोस्वामी जी अभी कल पालगढ़ में जो जिसके ऊपर गाज गिर रही थी जिसको बोला जा रहा था ना कि जिसने हत्या करवाई साधुओं की काशीनाथ चौधरी को कल महाराष्ट्र कांग्रेस ने अपने में मेंबर बनाया.
रत्नाकर त्रिपाठी, I have just one question for you. One question for you, Ratnakar Tripathi. Just 1 minute, Sanju Verma. Sanju, just give me a moment. One question for you. One question for you.
One question to you too, sir. Do you know Kashinath Chaudhary, whom BJP blamed?
Can I just, Sanju, just give me a moment. I'm asking him. Your party, the Congress party, the Congress party, is a supporter of Chairman Mao. Is a supporter of Chairman Mao. Chairman Mao died in the 1970s. Listen to me. Chairman Mao died in the 1970s, but your party has said that the Maoists are Shaheed. You believe in the Maoist ideology, which even China does not believe in, but your party believes in the Maoist ideology. Why don't you go and stand there? Why don't you go there and stand there and salute during the 70th anniversary of the Chinese nation? No. Why did you call Maoists? Why did you call Maoists? Why did you call Maoists Shaheed? Why did Gurpanwant Singh Pannu endorse Rahul Gandhi? Why did a Congress leader support Amritpal? Tell me, the nation wants to know. Why is the entire Tukre gang supported by you? Why is the Kanhaiya Kumar the most important leader, top leader of the Tukre gang? Why is Kanhaiya Kumar more important than Ratnakar Tripathi? Tell me tonight. The nation wants to know. Why don't you speak now? Why are you crying? Why are you crying, Ratnakar Tripathi, on my program tonight?
You are not answering that why Kashinath Chaudhary was made member of BJP.
Ishkaran.
Just one simple point, Arnab.
Yes.
Arnab, Mr. Tripathi, let me speak. Arnab, when we are talking, about, it's my turn now, please. Sir, you had your turn. Arnab, when we are talking about being a hard state has to have certain red lines. Simple question to so many guests on your panel. If anybody attends the funeral of a duly convicted terrorist, should he be proceeded on as per law? Should law take into account those who are going in support of terrorists attending a terrorist funeral? If anybody organizes a rally or supports a rally or goes to a rally where cries of Sar Tan Se Juda are raised, should those people be proceeded against? If anybody uses the word kafir, should those people be proceeded against? Just ask.
If anybody uses the word kafir, should the person be arrested? This is a straight question. I would like Sanju Verma to answer that question. I would like Sanju Verma to answer that question. I would like Somnath Bharti to come into the debate. If anybody uses the word kafir or jihad, should that person be arrested? What is more important in this country, a radicalized ideology or the Constitution of India? Sanju Verma.
You know, Arnab, now please let me speak for 2 minutes. It's a fiery debate, but a very topical issue. You know, everybody who says, and including you said we need to be a hard state. So let me tell you one thing, Arnab. After the Jaipur blast, Congress ka attitude tha, hua to hua. Bengaluru blast, hua to hua, 2008. Ahmedabad 2008 blast, hua to hua. Delhi blast 2008, Congress was in power, hua to hua. 2008 Agartala blast, Assam blast, 26/11 Mumbai terror attack, 2009 Guwahati blast, 2009 Pune bombing, 2010 Varanasi bombing. Congress ka attitude tha, hua to hua. Now look at Modi government. We avenged the Uri attack by carrying out the surgical strike in 2016. Prime Minister Modi is
I have
not
a question for you. I have a question
Prime
for you.
Minister Modi is not soft on terror. 1 minute, Arnab. Why are you behaving like the Congress panelists?
I will behaving like myself. You don't like it when I ask you a tough question.
Who says I don't like it? Bring it on. But
then let me bring it on. Then let me bring it on. Then let me bring it on. If you're saying bring it on, I will bring it on, but you'll have to listen. Let's see if you can answer my question. Let's see today if Sanju Verma can answer my question. You have Somnath Bharti here. I'm not asking Somnath Bharti. I'm asking Sanju Verma. See, Somnath Bharti is sitting and he's not even been asked a question, but he's sitting. It's 9:40. I'm asking a question to Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, the nation wants to know. The nation wants to know, Sanju Verma, why did you allow Rashid Engineer, anti-national, to launch his own political party and fight an election when you are in power in the center, if you are a hard state? Question one. And question two, associated with that, question two, when you are forming a government in Delhi, which you say is a hard state, and I like hard state. We are journalists, not politicians. We don't change our line depending on whether we are in power or out of power. Journalists will always ask this question. When you are in power in the center, I want to know why a terrorist called Amritpal not only fought elections but became an MP while still in jail. This is not expected from a BJP government. Third question. Third question. No. Third question. I have to corner you properly today. I have to corner you.
I need to answer. You are an anchor. You asked a question.
I haven't finished my question. I have to corner you more.
You can't keep on asking questions and then they cannot.
No, because people are watching this, that you're not being able to answer my question.
BJP government is not soft on terror, please.
Did Amritpal fight an election? Did Rashid Engineer form a political party when you were in power in the center? The nation wants to know.
Arnab, the nation wants to know. And the nation will listen to Sanju Verma's response to Arnab Goswami. Nation, suniye dhyan se. Thank God, it is Narendra Modi who's the Prime Minister. Operation Sindoor nahi to kabhi hota hi nahi. We will avenge 10/11. The Congress refused to avenge 26/11.
ये looking London, talking Tokyo हो रहा है. मेरा सवाल कुछ और है, जवाब आपका कुछ और है.
अरे भाई साहब, एक चीज सुनिए, Arnab Goswami. You remember, Vilas Rao Deshmukh was the Chief Minister. After the Mumbai 26/11 terror attack, what did he say? अरे बड़े-बड़े शहरों में छोटी-छोटी घटनाएं.
मैं विलास राव देशमुख की बात ही नहीं कर रहा. मैंने कहा अमृतपाल ने चुनाव लड़ा. मैंने कहा कि राशिद इंजीनियर ने पॉलिटिकल पार्टी बनाई और इससे आगे ये भी कहूंगा कि अफजल गुरु के भाई ने कश्मीर असेंबली की इलेक्शन लड़ी.
मैं आपको ये भी बता दूं, मोदी सरकार सत्ता में है, इसलिए राशिद इंजीनियर जेल की सलाखों के पीछे हैं.
और इसलिए महबूबा मुफ्ती और फारूक अब्दुल्ला हर दिन ऐसे बयान दे रहे हैं. तो आपकी सरकार कर क्या रही है? आपकी सरकार कर क्या रही है? आप अपनी हिम्मत और अपनी हार्ड स्टेट वाली अप्रोच इन लोगों के साथ दिखाइए ना.
टेरर खत्म ना होता अर्नब गोस्वामी, यदि अमित शाह would not have been home minister, Naxal terror would not have been obliterated. Arnab Goswami, now listen to me. In the last 1 year, 2,100 Naxalites have surrendered. In the last 1 year, thanks to Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, 1,785 Naxalites have been arrested. Now Arnab Goswami, thanks to Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, 477 Naxalites have been neutralized. यदि चिदम्बरम होते ना गृह मंत्री और मनमोहन सिंह ऐसा प्रॉक्सी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ सोनिया गांधी सत्ता में होती तो समझ जाइए हुआ तो हुआ एटीट्यूड।
उमर अब्दुल्ला पे इतना कंट्रोल है आपका, तो आप उमर अब्दुल्ला क्यों नहीं बोलते कैरी आउट अ प्रॉपर पदयात्रा, अ प्रॉपर कैंपेन अगेंस्ट टेररिज्म? व्हाई डोंट यू टेल फारूक अब्दुल्ला आप एक और स्टेटमेंट करेंगे, जेल में डाल देंगे? एक स्टेटमेंट नहीं आई, बीजेपी की एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस नहीं हुई, आप लॉन्ग रोप दे रहे हैं। वी डोंट वांट यू टू गिव अ लॉन्ग रोप। सोमनाथ भारती इज ऑन द डिबेट। सोमनाथ भारती, we want a strong state. Not that I think Aam Aadmi Party is a strong state. Not that I think Aam Aadmi Party is a strong state, but I feel bad in this country. I feel that we need to set the right example. We want, people are very angry in the country today. Somnath Bharti, please. In this country, anything happens. Chidambaram supports Sarjil Imam. People say, अफजल हम शर्मिंदा है, तेरे कातिल जिंदा है. एंड दिस शशि थरूर की सच्चाई बता दो लोगों को. आजकल डेली एप्लीकेशन देते हैं बीजेपी ऑफिस में, मुझे बीजेपी ऑफिस में ले लो. आई वांट द बीजेपी टू रिमेंबर, आपने इन्होंने हिंदू तालिबान बोला, एंड दिस सेम शशि थरूर हैड सेड कि अफजल गुरु की हैंगिंग इज रॉन्ग एंड बैडली हैंडल्ड. शशि थरूर जो आज डेली की चमचागिरी करते हैं, अमूल बटर लेके डेली बीजेपी ऑफिस पहुंच जाते हैं, ही इज द सेम मैन, ही इज द सेम मैन. एंड आई वोंट बी सरप्राइज्ड, I won't be surprised because BJP has taken in Ashok Chavan into the party. Tomorrow they may take in Afzal Guru also, this Shashi Tharoor also into the party, who was the supporter of Afzal Guru. ये सच्चाई कोई कहना नहीं चाहता. But if the BJP thinks that people will forget that Shashi Tharoor had supported Afzal Guru and had condemned his hanging, नहीं, ये चीजें याद दिलानी पड़ेगी. ये चीजें. People of the country must hear this tonight. The Congress party inducted Kanhaiya Kumar. Maybe you will induct Shashi Tharoor tomorrow. Like Congress party has brought in Kanhaiya Kumar of Tukre Tukre gang. Kya pata, tomorrow you will bring in Shashi Tharoor and tell the people of the country, hua to hua, bhul jaiye.
Why are you assuming things?
I am not assuming anything. I want to make sure people of this country don't forgive and forget, because the BJP sometimes forgives and forgets. Yes.
Stop assuming things. Journalists have never been able to read the BJP's mind, including you, Arnab.
Forget it, yaar. You people now remember one thing. I fought corruption much before the BJP did. So be watchful of what you say. Somnath Bharti is on the debate. I fought corruption even before Aam Aadmi Party came to power. They were only a marketing campaign. Somnath Bharti knows. Nobody can stop Arnab Goswami. It's all right. Today you are uncomfortable because I asked 5 straight questions tonight. मैंने पूछा ना 5 सवाल, मैंने पूछा, हुआ तो हुआ. Everyone on, I asked the tough question. Viewers, do you support me or do you support politicians? I can ask this tonight. You support me or you support politicians?
ऑपरेशन सिंदूर कभी होता नहीं अर्नब गोस्वामी. मोदी प्रधानमंत्री नहीं होते तो
I will stand with the government on issues of national security.
We have been speaking continuously for too long. Allow me to speak now.
Yes, please.
Arnab ji, I have been a fan of yours. You asked good questions today. You have cornered almost every political party who is responsible to spread terrorism in this country. See, unless a journalist of your stature asks tough questions to seek accountability from the people in power, things will not work. And I'm happy that you are asking questions from the people in power, seeking accountability. Accountability is a must. See, from Sanju Verma ji, would you please allow me to speak? We have spoken enough.
Both. Audio.
You are asked questions, you need to respond. You need to respond. You are in power. You are in power for last 12 years. If there are terrorist attacks,
are you not the same
if there are terrorist attacks, you have to respond. Because nation wants to know from you.
Are you not somebody who's accused of domestic violence?
Why did Pahalgam happen?
You are accused of domestic violence.
Why did Pulwama happen? Why did again?
You are accused of domestic violence,
Sanju Verma ji.
1 minute. This is not 1 minute. Sanju, let's go back to the issue of let's go to the issue of the hard state. Let's remain focused, please. Thank you.
Not done.
Why is he giving
Can we not get? I am not at this point of time discussing Somnath Bharti's personal life. I'm on the issue of the iron fist approach. So I would like to bring the focus back to what we need today, which is an iron fist approach and a hard state. Let Somnath continue, complete, and we'll come back to everyone for the second round.
Allow me to speak. Yeah. See, I was happy today that of your standard, a journalist has asked questions which BJP is uncomfortable with. See, anybody who is in power has to be held accountable, whether it was Congress, whether it was BJP. So when Uri happens, questions have to be asked. When Pahalgam happens, questions have to be asked. When Pulwama happened, 40 innocent soldiers lost lives. Till date, we don't know who supplied RDX there. When Redford happened, so they will have to respond.
Why
when
was Arvind Kejriwal supporting Umar Khalid Jawab?
When Kargil happened.
Why was Arvind Kejriwal supporting Umar Khalid Jawab?
Nobody happened.
Do you support
Nobody
Umar Khalid? Yes or no?
Sanju Verma ji.
Do you support Umar Khalid? Yes or no?
Please allow me to speak.
Yes
this
or
is
no?
not done.
Do you support
You are absolutely indisciplined.
Yes or no?
You are rogue.
Aam Aadmi Party has been supporting
this with me.
thugs,
You are rogue.
terrorists,
Don't behave
vandals,
in this
और
rogue
आप
manner.
यहाँ बैठकर बीजेपी को भाषण में
You are behaving in a rogue manner.
You are accused in a
You are
domestic
behaving in a
violence
rogue
case.
manner.
Your public
I don't know about Somnath once. I don't know Ratnakar Somnath Bharti. I don't know about Kejriwal supporting Umar Khalid, but I'm 100% sure that Digvijay Singh and Congress party supported Umar Khalid, and Congress put up posters in support of Yasin Malik.
Why are you going soft on Aam Aadmi Party or not?
1 minute,
what's your
yaar.
compulsion?
I'm shifting.
No, what's your compulsion? The whole world knows that Umar Khalid
Sanju, why don't you say that you will never? Why don't you say that you won't take Shashi Tharoor to the BJP, who's doing so much chamchagiri these days? And Shashi Tharoor talked about Hindu Taliban, or does ideological issues not matter for the BJP? No. The person who supported Afzal Guru, Shashi Tharoor supported Afzal Guru. You think we've forgotten?
And Sanju Verma had the audacity to say all this on national TV.
Yes.
What is this nonsense?
Mr. Somnath Bharti, do you support
And let me tell you, Arnab,
Khalistan?
what you are saying.
Somnath Bharti, once and for all, on the issue of Khalistan that Sanju Verma has raised, please settle it once and for all. Say tonight that the Aam Aadmi Party is against Khalistan, was against Khalistan. Why don't you speak up on it? You are sounding as coy as Rahul Gandhi was on the issue of 1984. Did you take funding from pro-Khalistani forces in Canada?
Aam Aadmi, no. Aam Aadmi Party has always been for India. Will always be for India.
Okay, 1 minute. Pulla Rao, the fact is tonight, politicians have different standards for themselves and different for the common man.
Movement.
If we support terrorists, we'll be in jail. But Mehbooba Mufti and Farooq Abdullah can do what the hell they want. Unmute yourself.
If you are going to support terrorists...
Unmute yourself first, Pulla. Unmute yourself. You're muted. Someone tell him to unmute himself, please. He's being a ventriloquist on my program. He's muted himself. I can't do anything about it. And then people tell me that I'm silencing other people. I'm not. He's muted himself. He's muted. It's a BJP conspiracy against you. They've hacked your mic. Pulla.
AI has become intelligent. It knows if you will.
When you don't want to listen to something, you mute us. That is a fact.
Arnab, AI has smartened up. It understands if you are going.
I have a caller tonight from the Nationalist Collective. Do I have a caller tonight?
A lot of terrorist activities. Sanju Verma, I am giving you some names. Abdul Rahman Lone, Fayaz Ahmad Najar, Bashrat, Majid Mir. They were terrorists trained in Pakistan, what is common, all of them were working for Bharatiya Janata Party.
Is he from NC?
So basically you people are so, you people in your this insatiable lust and greed for power, you will go to any extent, you will employ even terrorists also. This is the pathetic state of affairs. You know what, Sanju Verma, what your ideology is? You people want to rip and slice the last ounce of communal harmony.
Louder.
Chaos to the extent that the minds of citizens is polluted with mistrust and chaos, so that your Malik should not be questioned, but we will question your Malik.
And my last caller tonight is from the Nationalist Collective, Dr. Ashish Solanki, a proud member of the Nationalist Collective. Republic Media Network's Nationalist Collective is calling in from Pune. Dr. Solanki, what's your take tonight? It's been a long debate. I'm sure you've been listening.
Thank you, Arnab. Firstly, you asked the question whether viewers are with you or with the panelists. We are with you. That's the first thing. Second thing, I would like to ask the panelists over here, who are we? Are we Indians, or are we a Congress party or a BJP party, or which party we belong to at the first place? What I have been hearing since the last couple of days, I can say, we're just beating around the bush. We're not coming to the point at all. We're going back to Godse. Godse, if he had shot Gandhi, he went to the court, he went to the police, he surrendered himself. He never went spraying with more bullets. Second thing, we have to understand these are doctors. Doctors are here to save lives.
Correct, Dr. Solanki.
They are not meant to take lives.
I agree.
The oath we take as doctors is to serve humanity, to save the patient's life.
Yes, Dr. Solanki. Yes, absolutely, Dr. Solanki. I'm
sorry.
What
are we doing out here? And what is the message they're giving to the entire world? A doctor fraternity is something which is respected across the world.
Correct.
Let us keep our personal interest of whatever the parties you belong to aside.
Well, I thank you, Dr. Solanki. That's why we have the Nationalist Collective. I tell people, see, political parties will take their line. I will say once again that the BJP government in Delhi should take action against Farooq Abdullah and Mehbooba Mufti. It's in power in the center. We want to see a hard state and uncompromising. Because if they don't, then people will feel that they get a long leash. Like when Shashi Tharoor had said that Afzal Guru's hanging was inappropriate. No action was taken against him. Then these people like Shashi Tharoor, Mehbooba Mufti, they say, we're all doing this within the ambit of Indian democracy. They're not doing it under the ambit of Indian democracy. They are misusing it. That's all the time I have this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your constant support. Remember, it's a long fight that we have. It's a difficult fight. And it's in a fight in which we, the citizens, are on one side and all political parties, willy-nilly, all of them, are on the other. Stand with Republic, support Republic, join the Nationalist Collective. Good night and goodbye.
Time for a quick breather.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।